up? This is your boy Al, aka Fishing with Big Al. Y'all know me from my YouTube channel. All my people that are hitting my like and hitting that subscribe button, I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the videos, and if you like what you see, hit that like. And if you want to be a subscriber, don't hesitate. Hit that subscribe button as well. But anyway, let's get to it. Today is the 15th. I thought it was the 16th as far as when Flounder season was kicking in. But no, it's on the 15th. Like I said, man, if you got comments, ladies, if you got comments or something like that where you can say, hey, I know you put the information out, but it's actually on the 15th, which a young lady was so helpful and let me know that. So I appreciate you. I did look it up again and reread it, and I said, yeah, it's the day. So yeah, the 15th is when it's going to be. So you know where I'm going to be at. I'm already up. It's like 3:30, 4:30, something like that. Right now, I didn't even check the clock, but I know I got up early. And I'm up early enough because I want to get my body right, want to get my mind right, because I got like a 2-hour window to do this. And so before I do anything, before I start my actual day where I got to actually go out there and be productive, doing grown-up stuff, we got to make a living. We got to do what we got to do. So I got a 2-hour window before that happens. So I'm going to try to get there between 6:30 and 7, cast for a little bit, see if I can hit anything. And then if not, by 9 o'clock, I'm done. Hopefully the Flounder are going to be in the spot. But anyway, the reason why that I'm doing this is because somebody asked me about my setup, and he asked me would I do a video on it. So I'm going to do that. The video that I'm doing, man, is going to be what we call tandem rigging. And the story behind this, I'm not the originator behind this. I don't really know who the originator is, but I know who I learned it from, and I call him the Fish Whisperer. He's a fisher friend of mine. When we're out there at the jetties or anywhere else, we meet up, and I already know he's going to be there because he does what I do. He loves fishing. He's out there every day trying to just, having fun with it. So, we're older people now. So we don't play basketball. We're not playing baseball. We're not football. None of this stuff that I used to do anymore. So now fishing is my biggest way that I love keeping myself, in shape, staying young, things like that. So as the body ages, you have to find other things to do that's progressive. And fishing is one of mine. It's always been one of mine. But, mixing basketball, flag football, baseball, softball, stuff like that in the mix. You don't fish every day like you used to because you're doing these other things as well. So now, since I don't really do these things anymore, fishing is the main concept behind me. So I'm doing a lot of fishing. So anyway, get straight to it. My setup is this, man. It comes to me using, not just using regular line, which is what you see right here. This right here, I've had this actually for years, man. I bought this at a 50% sale at a store, and I paid almost $15 for this whole spool right here. And it's probably at about 65-pound test, which is great for what I like to do because I've caught everything using this type of setup with this line as my leader. I've caught trout, I've caught big reds on it. I haven't used it for, well, you know what? When I did go to the surf and I was actually fishing for the black drum, my setup was using the eggs. I was using 5 and 6 ounce eggs, weights, and I had them on top of the barrel swivel, and I had the line using it as my leader, and I was pulling in the big drum with this, having my drag set on my reel. It worked out better. It worked out fine as well, but that was a big help. But this line right here has been with me for a long time, and I've been using it for whenever I do my rigs. So this right here is called tandem rig. And basically what you want to do is this. You want to stretch yourself out a long line, which is where I'm at with a leader. Cut this in half, or cut it off anyway. Once that's cut, grab your line, which is what you have right here. You want to find yourself a bending point, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it up till I feel comfortable enough with where I want my line to be at. So if you see that right there, you see one is short and you see one is long. Come up, make yourself a loop. Real simple. Make yourself a loop right here. Once you make the loop, I'm going to come back out a little bit. Once you do the loop, just bring it back to itself. I always try to make it small as I can get it because all you're going to do is pass your working line through it on the end of your reel or your rod, whatever line you're using. And this is what it's going to look like. Just a simple loop, right? You got that. And this is going to be the one I'm going to be setting on my rod anyway, so that's why I'm doing it, because I'm going to put this on my rod this morning when it's all said and done. And this right here is going to be a short. This is going to be my long. It's going to drag off right there. So my next thing I'm going to do is grab one of my heads. And this is my chartreuse. This is what I'll be using my Gulps with. But I'm going to tie this off now because I will be using these today. And I put this on my reel, matter of fact. So just do a simple wrap, then back, do a simple wrap, and then back to itself. Probably about 3 or 5 times. Put it back through, pull the bitter in, cinch it down, lock it in place, and there you go. All right. Once we're done with that one, come back to the other one. And like I told you, see, you can see long, short right there. Grab the other one. And I use 2 because it's just more, I like doing it, man, just for the mind thing. Like I said, I'm not the originator of this. I had a friend of mine who was out there on the jetties and he showed me how to do this. I noticed he was doing it, we were fishing for trout, and I was single. I had mine single rig, and he had a tandem rig, which is what I found out the name of this actually is. I called it a double rig once upon a time. Just using whatever it looks like to me in my mind. So I said double rig. Somebody came back and said, hey, it's actually called a tandem rig. So I said, okay, thank you. So one of them type of deals. So everybody wants to correct you. And I didn't, like I said, I'm not a hater on somebody correcting. Knowledge is power. So if you got something you want to say, put it in the feedback. Long as it's adult, long as it's grown up material, we good. So he came back and he didn't disrespect me as for what I did or nothing like that. He just said, hey, it's actually, I think it was a young lady too. She said it's actually called a tandem rig. So good to go. But anyway, this is what it's going to look like. And now, if you're looking at this, right, you would think this is going to twist. But it actually doesn't. You think it's going to twist, but it actually doesn't. Even though it may look like it is, it may look like it's wrapping around, trust me. The weight of this, once you cast it out, it just actually separates. And it's going to open up like this. And you'll know about from doing the cast. You can check it out, and you'll see it open up just like that. That's what it's going to do. And you're going to see it go up. It's going to be spinning as it's going out. Once it hits the water, you start retrieving it. And I've had a lot of success. Since I learned this, I've had a lot of success with this. And usually I hit them on either, depending on where they're at, because you're going to have one up, one going to be down. And this one right here is going to hit the ground, most likely. Both of them probably will. But a lot of times when I do catch them, I always hit them on the top for some reason. So a lot of my catches come from the top rig. So, but I like doing a tandem, and it works for me. So this is what I'll be using for my Gulps this morning. And like I said, if you didn't see the video yet, let me get this right quick. These right here, I just went and got these yesterday. $30 when it was all said and done. Between these Gulps and me buying 2 packs of my heads, of my jig heads, it ran up to $30. So this better be money well spent this morning. So anyway, like I said, I was able to find the white, able to find the penny, and I was able to find these at Dick's Sporting Goods. You probably can find these at your local, if you're down here in Texas, your local HEB, or you can find them at the Academy. I'm not really sure. The Academy may have them, they may have them, they may not. But I know I found them at Dick's Sporting Goods. I go there a lot to get some of my material from them, so I was able to find them. So this morning, this is where I will be doing. I'll be catching some flounder, hopefully. If anybody else is out there catching flounder, like I'm sure it's going to be a lot of people that couldn't wait for this date to get here. So it's going to probably be a lot of people out there doing it. Man, go out there, have some fun, enjoy yourself. Like I always say, whatever lane you in, ride your lane, enjoy it. Don't let nobody take you from it. Let's go out there, let's have some fun, man. And I showed you how to do a tandem rig. If anybody wanted to know, they was interested in it. That rig concept, it does work. It's costly because you're using double, and if you do, you can get hung up. And if you do get hung up, you may lose both of them. So it's up to you. I've worked it out to a spot where wherever I'm fishing at, I try to make sure I don't have to worry about that. So I am able to keep them. But anyway, that was the tandem rig setup, and I hope that you were able to look at it more than you have to. You have to rewind it and look at it again, rewind it, look at it. It's real simple once you make the knot and make your loop. All you're gonna do is take the bitter end. Just remember when it's done, and you make that, all you do is take the bitter end of your line, tie it off the way you want to tie it off into that loop. Make sure you lock it down tight, because I've done it before where I've cast one of them things out and I thought I had my knot, my line tied off tight to it, and I've thrown it off before as well. So that can happen. So it is what it is. But anyway, this is your boy Al, man. And like I said, go out there, have some fun. That's what I'm about to do for a couple of hours before I have to get into my grown-up character and have to go do some work. So anyway, I'm out, man. Everybody enjoy yourself. God bless. Peace.